Welcome at What We Got, girls.
You know what? This isn't a podcasting studio, but it is.
But it
Best
is.
you're gonna get.
Welcome back, girlies, to the Pay Attention podcast.
Welcome back. Hello, greetings. It is two of us this week, not
Yes.
one. We're back to usual programming.
But ye were left in the more than capable hands of Rebecca last week, who saved my bacon because, guys, I was not able to podcast last week whatsoever. But Rebecca, I giggled when I was listening to it this week, and you were like, I know Niamh's listening to this right now. And yes, Niamh, I am recording this at 9:30 the night before it's supposed to go out. I was like, doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Like, does not surprise me in the slightest.
I didn't edit that episode, I think. I just talked and hoped for the best.
Like,
I didn't even edit it.
if there was ever a time, like, you know, the way me and Rebecca are always saying it's her ADHD, it's her ADHD. If there was ever a time where you could actually physically recognize that, it was on that episode, because the way you were hopping in between your Roman empires, I was like, is she taking a breath? I was like, is she breathing? Somebody check on her. Like, how is she talking like this? I was like, what is going on?
That's how my brain sounds like. And I'm so able to like hop from topic to topic, circle back, come back around. Like, I don't know. I had a list on my phone because before the podcast, genuinely, I was just sitting there and I was like, I have to do a solo episode. Like,
I
what
know,
am I
it's
going to talk
daunting. Like,
about? I was like, do I talk about pop culture stuff? I was like, what's even going on in pop culture right now? I was like, I don't know. I put it off. And then I wrote into my group chat here in Rome and I was like, guys, I need your help. I have to record a solo episode. Like, what am I talking about? None of them replied. So I was like, okay, great. Thanks for the support. This is stunning. So I literally just wrote a
so
list
you
on my
literally
phone.
did it solo, because you didn't even get input from other people, like.
Oh, so solo. So solo. I
But you
just wrote
did
out things that
amazing.
were in my yeah, it wanted me. Sorry, do you hear that? Like, what's going on outside?
No.
Oh, okay, great.
Normally I can hear it in the background of your thing. I don't know, is it just the
Yeah,
audio
it sounds
today?
like someone's doing a pipe or something. Anywho, what was I saying? Oh, it,
What was
it
I
kind of
saying?
made me want to bring back my solo podcast because I was like, wait,
Yeah.
after I had done it, I was like, wait, I really enjoyed this. And my mom was like, oh my God, it was so good. Like,
Yeah, it
you're
was.
well able to talk by yourself on camera. And I was like, well, I've
Mm.
been making YouTube videos for years. So one would
Literally.
hope.
Yeah.
But it's just the whole like mode. That's why I love this with me and you. Cause like we're like, okay,
Yeah.
we're recording. We're getting it done.
Yeah. I know, and I feel like we hold each other accountable. I like, even with my own solo podcast, like, that was what it was. It was the accountability of being like, you need to record. And obviously, like yours is so in something that is like you can like babble on about, but mine I'd have to research for because it was so business centric that it was like really hard
Yeah.
to like kind of do that. But this podcast, anyway, it's back, and I'm glad to be back,
We're
guys. It's
back. We're
feeling
better than ever.
better than ever after all of the St. Patrick's Day like special episode. I didn't even go drinking, and oh, sorry, I've gone out of focus. I didn't even go drinking on St. Patrick's Day because I was so unwell. So sometimes life comes and gets you like that, you know.
Sometimes life
Um,
is fast.
but we're back, and I feel like we've so much to digest. First of all, I suppose we have to kick off this episode with the fact that Kate Middleton.
Yeah. Do you know what? I still have thoughts.
Do you still have thoughts?
First of all, that bench was big enough for William.
I've
Where
seen so many people say this, but I feel like because of the fact that, you know, William had done so much, he put out a statement on his own, like they were like doing loads of things to try cover up and obviously give her time to process it. I feel like they obviously would have just assumed that it would have been better if she said that on her own because she was the one that was missing, and they needed to like highlight that like she wasn't being guided by William to say this to the public as well. I feel like they kind of, I don't know, I think that if William was sitting there, this same rhetoric would be being said. Like, it would be like he was sitting there, she was forced to say that, you know, that kind of thing.
yes, but also it's like, oh, I 100% agree. And like
Mm-hmm.
I hope she gets better. I'm sending her all the love, light energy.
Mm.
But let's not forget the weird thing that the narrative like a week ago where she took the fall for a photo editing thing. Like that's still weird to me.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like if she like why was there so much mess
yeah.
before the announcement?
Now, I do think that that was, again, back to the institution. You know, have you ever seen The Crown, Rebecca?
No.
Oh, you need to watch it because I feel like it really like details everything like right up to this. Um, so basically there's monarchy, but there's an institution that like basically of the monarchy, which is like a full-on business like. So I think that in attempts for them to like bide the time, because allegedly her diagnosis was only really recently.
Hmm.
So the fact that, you know, they were trying to buy time to explain it to the kids before
I
she
know,
would
but
have come out and said it. I feel like I know they made it a mess, but
so
historically the monarchy have never ever made anything go right. Like if you think about it,
that's
they
true.
they historically have made a mess of everything. You know what I mean? So I
They
think
are a mess.
exactly. So I feel like naturally they're not going to handle it correctly. Like if they handled it correctly, I feel like, you know, we would be like, oh my God, did they do something right? Like, do you know what I mean? Like we'd be like, oh my God. Like, so I feel like naturally they wouldn't, but also at the same time, I like I didn't share any memes or anything. I've just been kind of like, you know, we were talking about the allegedly she's got this and
Yeah.
Twitter was going crazy. But I was kind of giggling at the fact of the amount of people that were coming back and being like me after saying all that about like Kate Middleton. Did you see Grace O'Malley's TikTok? I had genuine tears in my eyes.
No, I didn't. Oh my God, I have to watch it. Oh,
Her
we'll insert it. We'll do the inserty thing.
do the insert video, yeah. So her and Brianna had like made like this like tick. It obviously was a cut from their podcast, and she was like, the British family or the monarchy or whatever like to speak out, and then like it just cuts to Grace being like, "I'm sorry. Is there a GoFundMe?" Like she was like, "I'll take it back." She was like, "I'm so," but I was laughing. She's the funniest person ever. But we'll insert the clip because it's so funny. Like I actually had tears in my eyes laughing. It was so good.
These royals need to get their ducks in a row.
My bad. My bad. Is there a GoFundMe? My bad. So good. But do you know what I think this whole thing does? It
Mm,
just shows that like the media is never trustworthy. Like, you know, the amount
mm,
of lies, like they were bad lies that they fed us about the weird photoshopped image and the picture of her in the car. Do
yeah.
you see the thing with the Spider-Mans with the three different Kates and the
Yes,
video of
like
her walking? Like it's
yeah.
like they have no issue like fabricating weird shit. It's only
Oh,
because
no issue at all.
now
Yeah.
the internet is like too wise, like people are too wise, and that's why they're trying to ban TikTok in America because the people are the power. I don't know what I'm
People are the
saying.
power. I
Power
always
to the people.
power to the people. But I always said to mom, whatever is done in the dark comes to light. So like even
Yes.
say me like whatever the news outlets or whatever, whenever it's constructed. I listened to this podcast called the Receipts Podcast. I don't know if you listen to it, Rebecca. If you don't, I think you'd absolutely love it. I've been listening to it for like about 4 or 5 years now. Like I love those women so much. I have bought the books. They wrote a book. I bought their book. I got a phone cover off them. Like if they bottled air, I would buy their merch. That's how much I support them. Like genuinely, I think that they are just
Same.
amazing women. But what's it called? Audrey in it, she said recently on the most recent episode that when she did this journalism class, they said, is it out of public interest or is it interesting to the public? And I thought, isn't that a great way to put it? Like that's obviously the way journalists have to, is it out of public interest that you should know this, or is it interesting to the public? Isn't that
It's
cool?
giving, were you silent or were
Or
you
be
silenced?
silenced. But
Oh,
yeah, we wish Kate Middleton the very best of luck on her journey and getting better. And obviously, we
yeah.
wouldn't, that's hard news to hear
Um,
for anyone, especially because she's got such a young family. So I hope she gets well soon. Bless her.
yeah, and also it's coming up to eclipse season, so there is going to be a lot of things in the darkness, like you said,
That come to
brought to
light.
light, and a lot of
Mm.
things that are going to be shed light on right now that there's still darkness that we don't know because Sunday before this episode goes live is a lunar eclipse. So like lunar eclipse
Oh,
isn't it's intense, but it's not as intense. But April 8th is a solar eclipse.
wow.
So that's the big one. But the shadow of the solar eclipse is falling across America. So
Oh,
yeah, apparently it's because the last eclipse was in October, and we don't need to tell everyone what kind of started
oh,
in
God.
October. Well, not started in October, but you know. like
Yeah.
really got worse. So yeah, and also Mercury's going retrograde April 1st. So a lot of things that are communicated to us will be confusing, or there'll be a lot of like issues in direct communication or understanding things wrong, or
That's going to affect me anyway, because I'm so direct when I communicate to people that if that gets in my way, I'll be like, no.
and also it's in Aries and
Of
your
course it
Mercury's in
is.
Aries.
Yeah.
Yeah. So me and you are about to, we're just going to have to be careful when we're editing this podcast. So
Yeah.
then we can cut things out that might be misconstrued. But also it's like tone, I think people always know what's being communicated to them.
Yeah.
They
It's
just
not the
do.
message, it's the delivery.
It is with
Yeah.
everything. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
It's how you say it. Yeah,
It's how you say it.
100%.
And
Yeah,
I'm
isn't it?
go
Oh,
on.
sorry. I was just gonna say, isn't it funny that we're recording this podcast? I'm 27. When it goes live, I'll be 28.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. This
I
is your birthday episode.
know.
This is our
Yay!
40th episode.
Oh, yay!
Going
Happy
out on your
40th.
birthday. I just realized right now.
Yeah. Oh my God. Great. Well, so much for the 10 episodes I agreed to do last year, huh? Who would have thunk it? Not us.
Well, not you anyway.
Well, not me for sure, but I feel like even if you've been here from the very start, you'll have seen such a like growth between me and Rebecca, like right up until now, and that is why we are. And also, sorry, can I put my hands up and say, guys, the reason why there wasn't a bonus episode released last Sunday, I think we're going to push it out by another week, Rebecca. I think it might
Yeah,
be
do you know
worthwhile.
what? I thought that the eclipse season, the Mercury retrograde of it all, timing is everything. And
Timing is everything.
like it's gonna happen when it's meant to happen, and it's gonna happen.
Exactly.
And if it's Mercury retrograde and if it's eclipse season,
And
so
like
be
we had so much intentions. We are so excited. Like we have a list. We actually had a meeting about it as well, about the subscription. Like, we've such exciting things, but I think I fell so violently ill that
there was
I
no
was just asleep for the whole. I couldn't even do the normal podcast. So bonus episodes are here. And so it's going to be slightly delayed, but we will bring it to you. But they will be the really funny ones, like going forward. Because yeah, I feel like our growth has been so lovely and I feel like you've watched the friendship blossom, but you've also watched us blossom as well in a way. Like when this started, I had like really, really long blonde hair and really long nail extensions. Now I've biab and I dyed my hair darker and it's short. You know what I mean?
Yeah, your growth has been, see, it's really giving, like, I do feel like in your late 20s, you do start to like really come into like yourself and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's stunning, beautiful, gorgeous to see. I love it.
Thank you, Queen. Thank
And
you
it's a
so
good celebration of
much.
going into your new year on this earth, your solar return. I'm gonna do your solar return chart for you. I shouldn't do
Oh.
that. Fuck.
Yay!
You
That's my
edit that out so
birthday.
you just
And then I'll be
edit
like,
that.
but yeah, how exciting. That's great. I actually I did something, girls, last weekend because I was feeling so sick. Like I can't even explain to you. I feel like all the issues that you've heard me complain about when I've been sick over the last few months, it was this issue, but I just didn't know. And I was like going on, I was like, I feel so sick, I feel so sorry for myself. So naturally, like any other girl, I did a bit of retail therapy.
You did do a bit of retail therapy. Oh, the
I was
best.
like texting Rebecca. I was like, "You're not gonna believe what I just." She was like, "What did you just do?" Bearing in mind, I'm saving up to move away, guys. Let's just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I texted Rebecca and I was like, "So I got this like Revlon hairstyling tool, which actually I think is really good. I haven't like really figured out how to use it properly yet, but it's really good." Because I wasn't going to pay all that money for a Dyson, and maybe down the line I might invest in one. But I got that. I got a heat protector. Then I got a brand new one.
Oh, the cover came. It looks so
The
good.
cover came as well. Isn't it gorgeous?
It's stunning, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing.
I mean, do you know what? The reason why my standards are so high is because I treat myself so well. Like, what is this?
Sorry, but no, that's so great because your old phone, like,
Mm. It
wasn't
was
doing well.
And I honestly, I feel like you're the only one who knows because like when people would be like, oh, you know, the camera on my old phone was like really good. Everyone would be like, will you take the pictures on your phone and then airdrop them to me? And I'm like, if I take one photo of you, 30% of my battery is gonna die. Like we can't take photos on my phone. Like everywhere I went, I'd have to bring the charger with me. And like I've had this one I took it off charging at like 4 a.m. last night. Now, in fairness, I've been using it flat. It's only on 68%, which is fantastic. Like it's 1 p.m. in the
The
day.
battery in the new phones is fantastic, genuinely.
Yeah.
Well, not fantastic, but like for Apple.
For Apple, it's good. And I haven't been putting it on battery saver mode, and I've been using full brightness, and I've been on my phone flat, like so that I'm not surprised the battery's going
And
already.
how is the case to 5K? I've always wanted a case to
They're
5K.
so good, Rebecca. I'm not joking, right? I before remember seeing the case to high cases and thinking that they were like an OtterBox kind of a vibe. They're
Yes.
not, right? So they are very sturdy. Like, look,
Mm-hmm.
they're very hard. Not an ad, by the way.
Not an ad, but
Not an
like
ad, but
Casetify
hopefully
could
one
be
day.
a cool spot. I think Casetify would be such a fun sponsor because we
Such a
always like
fun
have our
sponsor.
phones up looking at our
Yeah.
notes. You know, we
Um,
could change the cover every episode, Casetify.
yeah, but
This is my pitch.
it's really good like quality. It's hard like but it's soft to take it off around the edge, which is great. But like it is hard on the edge, but like it's easy to take off if you want to. And what I think is really cool, I feel like I'm doing a full on ad for them now. What's really cool about the website is you can put in what phone you have. So I obviously instead of getting the Pro Max this time because I find that phone is really heavy, I got the 15 plus, so it's the same size. Because I
Mhm.
like the big phones. I'm like, oh, I got the same size, but I didn't get the weight of it. But you could put in what color it was because obviously I got the lime green. Had to match my Kindle, of course.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'm delighted with it. But do you know what? I needed a new phone, so that's what I just kept telling myself. I actually do need one,
You
and I
did need
bought it
one.
directly from Apple. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because my auntie told me, she said, why would you do it through a network provider? You could get it unlocked. Because when you travel, and I was like, you're right. So I just
Yeah,
bought
when
it through
you
Apple.
buy directly from Apple, it is unlocked.
It's great.
It is great. And where you're moving to will have an Apple store. So,
Exactly.
you'll have
Exactly.
bought directly through, you have an Apple store
I've
near.
got that. I nearly paid for Apple Care, but then I said, better not.
Yeah, see, I've never done the Apple Care thing, but I think back to the Casetify thing, I think it's actually good you said all that because I've always seen loads of, like, of course, Casetify works with loads of influencers and stuff.
Mm,
But I didn't know anyone who had a Casetify case, but I've always
yeah.
wanted a Casetify case.
Yeah, no, they are great. And the reason why I got one is my friend Ashing had one before, and I knew that they were good at because I was like, oh God, this is really good
Yeah.
quality. Like it wasn't flimsy. So yeah,
Yeah.
I would recommend it. Like you can
Yeah,
get
I need
obviously
a
really
new case.
expensive ones, but mine was only like 40 euro, 48 euro, I think.
My case is like a clear one, but see out the side it like it's kind of
Those
like
clear
blended.
ones do. It's so annoying. I don't know
Oh, I
what
have a
that's
Polaroid,
about.
which is cute.
I love that photo. It's so cute. But guys, it's I on this story, this topic, I got a phone call when this case was coming. Rebecca made me enter the cash machine yesterday. I'm not joking. Never fucking again, lads. Never again. I was so stressed out, guys. I can't even explain it to you. Not in a second did I think that, look, I'm gonna win the 120 grand. I didn't think I was gonna win it. But the thought of them ringing me, and I was like, I'm gonna be in a meeting around the time that they're gonna call. I'm gonna have to answer the phone. And I'm really shy at talking when I know I'm gonna be on the right. Now, this podcast is fine because obviously we have creative control over it. We can edit it, we can do whatever. But I was like, I can't do this. The anxiety and the dread that filled my body, I was like, I feel like this is a sign from God that I'm not supposed to enter this competition. So I cancelled. I think I cancelled my entry, or I got them to stop texting me. And Rebecca was like, I hope that didn't cancel your entry. But I was like, I hope it fucking did, girl. But she was like, and when they answer, just tell him, yeah, I'm Niamh. I've got a podcast with this girl, Rebecca. I'm going to give her 20 grand. But I was like, 20 grand? 20 grand, Rebecca.
First of all, I got so if anyone doesn't know, the Cash Machine is a radio competition in Ireland on all the radio stations. I think it's a network competition,
Mm,
and it's normally every day they do like a certain amount of thousand that they give away, and the only thing that you have to do is you have to know the number. So if someone doesn't answer within 5 rings, it rolls over to the next day. There's a new number, but they might call a person from the day before. If they don't know the number, they don't win. But sometimes they do like a weekly thing. So for a week, you can enter all week, and then on the Friday they give away like a big amount, like 120 grand. And I got the text yesterday,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Fuck, I want to enter, but I can't because I'm in Italy." So I text you and I text Josh,
Did
and I was
Josh
like,
enter?
"Yes," and he said he'd give me 30K.
He would not give you 30K. I'm sorry. I'm Josh. I'm gonna call you out right now. He's a fucking liar. If Josh won 120 grand, do you think he's handing you over 30 grand of that?
But
There's no
I'm
way.
the
That's
reason he
one
would have
third.
won.
Wait, what is
A
it now?
quarter.
30. It's a
A
quarter. Yeah,
quarter.
it's a quarter of the money. You think Josh is gonna give you a quarter of the money he wins? He'll be like,
But he wouldn't
I'll
have
give
won
you
if it
five.
wasn't for me. I'll give you 5.
I know him. He'd manage that down. I said to you straight, I wouldn't give you 20, but I would give you money, like, and I give you a good bit of money, like, but I
I
wouldn't
know
give you
you would.
120, like.
No, but it's so funny because I'm such a competition girly. Like any competition, I've always won a lot of competitions throughout my life.
Same.
But it's so interesting to see someone else's perspective. Like it made you so scared.
Yeah, but you know what I think that is because I have won so many competitions in my life. And I hate that phone call on the fucking radio. And I've had to do it on spin before. I was in work and I had to answer before. I was like, oh my God,
What
I
did
can't.
you win?
I've won tickets to Longitude 3 years in a row, and I never went to Longitude once. I sold them every time I won them. I won tickets to see the premiere of Looking for Alaska.
That was such a sad movie.
Such a
That
such a sad
broke my
movie.
heart.
What else did I win? I've won loads of competitions, like really random ones. And actually, one time with one of the Longitude ones, I didn't even enter a competition. Orchard Thieves just tweeted me saying that I won. And then in the post, I got the tickets and this lovely poem and a sheet that said, "Oh, when a queen is spotted for her loyalty, the thieves treat her like royalty, da da da, whatever." And then they gave me the thing, and I was like, I entered nothing.
Did you follow Orchard Thieves, or are you like a big Orchard Thieves fan
At
on
the time, I
Twitter?
think Orchard Thieves had just come into Ireland. For anyone who's not in Ireland, Orchard Thieves is a cider. It used to be so big back in the day. It's very sweet though. Like it's like you're drinking a can of sugar. But we love it though if you're listening. Orchard Thieves.
More tickets, please.
But I had like at that time they were doing this thing where find a local pub in your town and you can get a free Orchard Thieves. And my code wasn't working, so I tweeted at them. And then because I did that, they tweeted me back and literally like 6 months later, they tweeted me. I think they were just like going through who they followed or who followed them, and they were just
Yeah,
like, yeah. And I
that's
obviously
good.
stood out to them because I'm such a superstar, and they were like, look at that girl go.
And you sold the tickets every time. That's crazy.
Yeah, it actually was crazy to be fair, but
It's a wild
look,
thing to do.
what a wild little girl I was. Did you see? Not that you would care because you haven't gone to this festival, but Life Festival has been cancelled this year in Ireland, which is usually a very big festival.
Why I saw like the big thing of words, but
Yeah,
I only read the last line.
it's
And the last
like
line was like, "We'll see you again" or something. And I was like, wait,
I
I had a
don't think that
question and
they.
I was like, is it cancelled forever or just this year? But I didn't like read the thing to find
I
out.
mean, I don't know. Hopefully, it's just for this year, but I think it's a case that they couldn't get the insurance or the place where they usually do it in Belvedere House wouldn't let them come back. So it's just, I mean, do you know what? It's a big blow to like the events industry in Ireland because Body and Soul is cancelled this year as well. So yeah, it's sad. Like, I mean, you've got All Together now, you've got Forbidden Fruit, and you've got Electric Picnic, but like for Ireland, like we're a nation of live music and arts and culture. Like we should be able to have way more festivals than that. You know what I mean?
Had the tickets gone on sale for these events or no?
For live, I'm unsure. Usually they would have been on sale by January, but I don't know if they actually did. And if they did, I'd say they would have issued refunds.
The thing is, my immediate thought is like a lot of young people have
Yeah,
departed the Emerald Isle
I
and
mean they
are
have,
planning on
yeah.
departing. So like who's gonna go to the festivals?
Yeah, I mean that is so true. I didn't think of it like that.
Like who's go, and I know there's so many people left in Ireland. I'm not saying that,
Mm,
but
yeah,
a
of
lot
course.
of people have left. And then a lot of people who haven't left probably want to like go somewhere in the summer to like, nice weather.
I agree. I agree. I mean, yeah, that is so true. I feel like a lot of people now have seen them go to festivals like what is it? The Hidden Festival and like Lost and Found and all of them. I feel like a lot of people go to them ones.
And that big
Um,
festival in Spain,
Rolling Loud, is it?
there's Rolling Loud, but there's another one.
Oh, Primavera Sound.
Yes, that looks
Yes,
good.
that looks really good. I'd love to go to that as well.
Actually, Megan the Stallion's coming to
I
Dublin
know
this
I was
summer.
sick and I seen it, but I'm hopefully going to see her over.
Mhm.
Please God. So
I have no doubt you will.
is she going to Italy?
I don't think so.
Yada 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 yada. Are you going out this weekend?
Sorry. Speaking of Italy, I'm going to the Taylor Swift concert in London in June. So
Yes.
excited. My tickets were like €250 each, and I bought two.
Mm-hmm.
My friend in Italy is going to the show in Milan. Guess how much her ticket
Oh
cost?
God, I don't know. Cheaper.
€60. 60.
Fuck off. You know what? I actually saw that over in Australia, some of the like tickets were going for really cheap, like $60
See, it depends on the location. Like obviously
of
London,
the seat. Yeah,
UK.
but basically these seats that were advertised were like supposed to be nosebleed ones, but
Oh
they were
yeah.
literally right next to the stage. Obviously, they didn't realize that this venue would be left out like differently. Like she was like so like she could see Taylor Swift perfectly. It was like one of the best seats in the house to get.
Do you know what? It makes me I really want to go to the Dublin shows. Like I really, really do. Because Irish crowds in a concert are just stunning
Something
ability.
else. They're
They
so
really
loud as well.
they so loud. And it's like when Taylor's like, I love Ireland, and then everyone's like, woo, whereas I'm gonna be in the UK and she's gonna I don't know, will she say she loves the UK because
But you know when she sings a song and it's like, da 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 da, oh, where home is where the heart is. But
that's
boy, I
not
love
on the
the.
set list.
Is
It's
it
London Boy.
not?
It's not on the set list. And she could do it as a surprise song, but it's
She
about Joe.
might. Oh yeah,
So I
that's
don't know,
so
will she?
true.
But like when she's like, oh, shout out UK, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah,
she's
but
not talking to me.
if there
But
is one,
she's just like
she's
when
not talking to me. But no, there
like
is
when
one though. One thing about the London crowds I will say is they are as loud as the Irish.
oh I know, but
Yeah,
when
I
she's like,
know.
oh UK, like you've been, when she's
But they
talking to the crowd, she thinks she's talking to English people, and she's not. She's talking
Did
to
you,
me.
was it you who told me the whole conspiracy, or did I see it myself? Which, if I did, it's alarming because that means I've gone into T Swift's side of TikTok. That they reckon that she's going to. No, it actually wasn't you who told. Unless maybe you sent me this TikTok that she's going to release Reputation the day she's in Dublin. Reputation, Taylor's
Oh, I did
version,
see that. I did see that. You did
because
send me. Yeah,
yeah,
because
because yeah, go on.
the Irish like kale or something. I don't know. I don't know how I
Yeah.
feel about that one.
And she said something about someone had met her and she was like, "Oh, I'm going to the Irish show or whatever." And she was like, "Oh my God." And she got so excited when she said it. So I don't know.
Well, I would love because due the way in America, well, I don't know, do you know this? But in America, like on the day of the shows, like people would go on Ticketmaster, get last minute ticket and go to the
Yeah.
show, which
Hmm.
I would love to do for Ireland, but I'm in Italy, so I won't
You
be
need
in
to
Ireland.
pre-plan it. I know.
I need to and
Shit.
also I'm supposed to be going to London because the Irish shows and the UK shows are quite close together.
Can I ask a
Unless a
question?
brand wants to take me.
Which they should. But come
Which
here, can I ask
if
a
they're taking
question?
anyone, it should be me and Reese Creed. And if it's not me and Reese Creed taken to the Irish shows, I went live on TikTok buying those tickets.
I
I provided the
know.
people of Ireland with entertainment. Reese is a Swiftie. There are only two people in Ireland that should be brought to those shows by brands because
Mm,
I know Irish brands, they bring like the same five people to everything.
I know. I know. I know. There's no diversity in it.
So yeah, I would love to go to Taylor in Dublin.
I get that. Well, I hope you. Do you know what? I'll say
You
a
never
prayer that
know.
you
The
do.
universe works in mysterious ways.
It bloody well does, girly.
It really well does. But
In
yeah, her tickets were 60 and mine were 250.
I mean, there's nothing more soul crushing than that, really, is there? Um, in other like roundabout pop culture news and a very speedy recap, did you see the whole thing between Brianna Chicken Fry and Zach Bryan in this Reddit thread?
I did because I watched BFFs like yesterday.
Yeah, same. I didn't know about it until that, but like that is so. If I was that girl, I'd be so embarrassed. And like normally, I would never ever speak badly on a girl, but like that is embarrassing. Like, and as a woman, stand up. Like genuinely stand up. That is so embarrassing that you're after creating a Reddit thread, and anyone who tries to stand up for Brianna, you block them.
But also, it's like this all happened before Brianna dated Zach,
Literally, he was
which makes
single.
no
He was a
sense.
single man.
And
Like,
why
I just
bring it
feel
up
like
now? Like, why not bring it up?
I
Like
just feel
why?
like
I
shame
just
is free, honestly. Like shame is free. Maybe she should get some of that, like honestly. And I don't like talking mean about other girls, but I feel like, she's intentionally gone out and created a Reddit thread. I think that's mean, and as a decent human being, you should never do that. Like I don't think that you should be gunning for someone else like that. Like if anybody ever did me wrong, I would just acknowledge it. I'd never retaliate, and I would just move on with my life. Like I just think it's like,
no, like why? I just don't get it. I just don't understand.
yeah.
Like why, especially women when they get into public relationships, they get so much like other women punching down.
Why? Like
Why?
it's crazy.
Keep it moving. You
And in
know?
another, in terms of maybe catty responses, but this is like a completely different thing. Did you see that Charlie D'Amelio and Landon Barker broke up and he went on a date with Tara Yummy?
I did not
Yep.
know I went on a date with Tara Yummy. Tara Yummy is my kind of girl.
Yeah, she is the vibe, she is the moment. At the time, Charlie had made a TikTok basically saying like, if you betray me, you're dead to me. Like she like lipsed it or whatever. You're like,
Like,
oh no, the light went.
yeah, I know. I'm literally gonna plug it in right this second.
But yeah, how crazy.
Oh,
But yeah, I feel like that's all the weekly roundup. Oh, actually, we didn't talk about Money Michaels. Do you want to take that away?
oh, Monet McMichael, number one. She's just, I adore her vibes. I adore her
Yeah,
energy. I
same.
always have. Her collaboration with Desi, the sunglasses. First of all, I was planning on getting them. They sold out in 15 minutes.
Do you know what? Sometimes I feel like that they only sell a specific type of stock to see the interest so they can reorder a batch.
Yes, and actually, Desi Perkins went on her stories and said that there was one batch of the
Mm,
Monte ones, which are the ones I actually want anyway, that were like held up in shipping or something. So they didn't release that amount on the website just in case like anything went
mm.
wrong. And she was like, so she was like, full transparency. They are actually going to go live next week
Oh,
when
brilliant.
we get them, whatever. So, because they're the ones I want well,
Hmm.
actually, I want four of them, but they're like $90 each. So I'm
They
gonna
are
start with
expensive.
one pair and then really
The
see.
other thing though, and I hate being, oh now in fairness, it doesn't matter because you're gonna have to pay customs on it. But I was gonna say like euro to US dollars, like it's different. It might be cheap. It's cheaper in euros than $90, obviously.
That's true. We love a good exchange rate.
We love a good exchange rate, but the only thing is you will be paying for the import duty. So,
See, yeah, but on the website there's an option to like with the shipping with the import already
mm.
included.
Okay, well that's
So
fantastic. That's
yeah, but
great.
yeah, and another thing I really like about some American websites is it's already like I think all American websites who decide to ship to Europe should put it in a price or in a delivery charge.
I
Like
think
I
they
don't want
should
to be
as well.
surprised with, and
Yeah.
also in Italy, like how does that even work? Like how, you know?
Yeah. I bought off Tala recently. I've been loving the leggings. And they had introduced the prepay thing, but the only thing is it got caught up in customs. So they've like removed it again and they're trying to like find a way about doing it. So hopefully they'll figure it out soon because the
Yeah,
customs are
see,
dear, like they're
because you should
expensive.
just get them delivered to Connor.
Yeah, I could, but then like I
Because
couldn't be
he
arsed
comes,
with that all
I know,
day.
but yeah, relying on a boy for
Like he
that.
was coming back so much recently that I could have, but now he won't be home for a while, I'd say so. Or look, no harm, I
We
suppose.
just don't look. I actually really hate customs.
Yeah, me too. I feel like there's no need for it. I feel like they've done. I think we've been through enough as a country. Oh, actually, speaking of us as a country, Leo Varadkar is stepping down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting timing.
Do,
Interesting
do you know
all of a
what?
sudden move. Are we supposed to get Simon Harris now? Is that a thing? Because like hardly.
Allegedly, he is
Hard.
going. It's
He has like
between.
half of Twitter blocked.
It's between him and Pascal Donahue. I don't know
I
if you
think
know
there
him,
should be
but
a vote.
I think there should be a vote as well, but so basically, Pascal Donahue is the Minister for Finance. He sets out our budget every year, and then there's Simon Harris, who I don't even know what he does anymore, to be honest.
What
And
does he do? What's his role? What
who
was
kn-
his role?
he used to be the Minister for Health when COVID was going on.
The way, the way I like when that man talks, it just like angers me.
Yeah, do you know what? I just think it needs to go to vote at this point. I don't think that but I think that they actually came out and say Fine Gael said that they wouldn't be like opposed to going for a public vote anyway.
But Simon Harris came out and said that people don't want to vote, like with his whole chest.
And he's
How
such
can
a
you say that
liar.
people don't want to vote?
He just wants the job. But come here, it's so funny. I had a dream last night that I sold my house to Leo Varadkar, and like him and his partner sold their house to us. And I was like
The
so
house. Oh,
sad leaving the house. And I like we all like as a family moved into their house, and it was like the apartment above O'Donnell's and like literally last night that was my dream. I was like, what
it's
the
such
hell
a
is going on?
great dream.
I know it's crazy. It was so wild, but yeah.
Maybe it's due to the full moon tomorrow. There's a full moon tomorrow.
Well,
First,
that's probably why I'm having wacky dreams, to be
just
honest.
don't
But
look at it because it's an eclipse. You're not supposed to look at eclipses, guys.
why
Like, don't look
not?
directly.
I never knew
You're
that.
inviting the shadow side of the eclipse because the eclipse is all about darkness and shadow, light and shadow, not being able to see, a certain part of the sky. So if you're looking at it, you're inviting that into your life, allegedly. You can do what you want, but I wouldn't look at it.
Yeah, I think I'm good anyway. God, I'd be praying to God all the time, so I feel like I'm fine.
Don't look it directly in the eye. Don't
I
make
will.
eye contact.
Me like sitting on the back of the popcorn and be like, "You can't get me." No, I wouldn't say that, but you can't. But yeah. So guys, I think that's it. I don't have anything else to say to you.
Do we have anything else going on? I feel like during the week there was a few things that we were like, we should talk about this in the podcast.
I feel like
But
we
then
talked about the two things though. I was on about the phone and this,
maybe yeah. I'm just
but
gonna
like
research.
realistically, nothing really happened pop culture wise other than Kate Middleton this week. So I feel like we're good.
Yeah, no, nothing else really happened. Nothing really.
But you know, when there's a quiet week, there's always a loud week the week after. So I feel like we're due with like a very noisy one, like next week. So we should have loads to talk about.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I mean, I'm tired now from talking for an hour, but like the bloating has gone down like scarily a lot, like to the point where I'm like, oh my God, I've been bloated the last year. Like what the fuck, like isn't scary. But other than that, like I ate breakfast this morning, but I didn't really eat yesterday, and I thought I was gonna throw up last night. So I'm just like really trying to, like rest, and like I'm napping and stuff during the day and stuff. So hopefully I'll be
Yeah,
feeling
I
better
think a lot
soon.
of people when they get sick, they put pressure on themselves to get better fast and like try
Yeah,
to skip the whole resting period.
you
And
need
it's
to
like
rest.
I was talking to my mom about this yesterday. Like people prioritize, so many different things in life. But
Mm,
especially as women, we forget to prioritize like number one, ourselves, and number two, rest.
I
And
agree.
we're always like going, 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 going. And it's like, okay, but like, where are you taking time for yourself here? I'm
Yeah,
not saying you're doing that, but
100%.
like,
No,
and
no, you're right. I actually do think even I'm like that. Like it like this weekend and next weekend, the girls were like, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" And I was just like, I literally don't have the energy to do anything. And also, I'm not allowed to drink alcohol for months
but you could
over
do
this
something wholesome.
medication. Yeah, I could, but I don't have the energy for that. You know what I mean? And I feel like if
Yeah.
I was to do that, then I'm like really just I'm actually doing myself a disservice because I'm not feeling well
Yeah.
enough. But
Maybe
I
just
think
have a lunch or
we
like a brunch.
we said in a few weeks I'm gonna mark my birthday. Like that's how weak I am. That I'm like in a few weeks,
Yeah.
like in April, I'm gonna mark my birthday. I just can't.
Okay.
Like I can't do it for these 2 weekends. I think coming up, I'm just way too tired. But
Well, at least you
yeah,
treated yourself.
yeah,
That's like an early
exactly.
birthday present to yourself.
I know. I'm delighted now. So I'm delighted I did it. And like, look, I had brunch in Cork this week. So there
Yeah.
was something. I had something. I had something.
Wait, was that only a week ago?
I feel like it was well, it was 2 weeks ago
Yeah, but
now.
it
But
wasn't that long. Time is going weird. Time
Rebecca,
is
this
weird.
year is fucking running away from me. Like we're at the end of
March
June
has somewhere
already.
to be. March had somewhere to be.
March literally was running as if its life depended on it. Like, why are we at the 23rd of March already? Like we've a week left in March. Like what?
My first month in Rome was February. So long. My
So
second month in Rome,
slew.
it's my second month in Rome is like next Wednesday. I'm like,
It's
where?
crazy.
Who?
Where
How?
whomst? Hey, what are you doing for your 30th birthday? Because I know you were saying you would.
I don't know because see, I just have so much else on. Now,
Yeah,
like I
it's
know we're gonna do
hard.
something in Rome. Like I know, like
Yeah.
all the because like one
Mm,
of the lads was like, oh, but it's your 30th. Like we have to
mm,
do something. But I don't know what I'm doing.
yeah.
I'll do something. I'll do some. I'm definitely buying myself a bottle of white moe. Like
Facts. Yeah.
the white moe is going to be on deck. Like I'm definitely going to mark it and celebrate it. But it's just because I have like 2 weekends. But I'll definitely do something.
Oh,
I
I'm
just don't
excited
have
for
any
you.
plans yet. I think one or two of the girls might be coming over the second weekend, or
Lovely.
well, they said maybe. So we shall see.
That's very
Actually,
nice.
yeah. So, and two of the girls told me to keep it free, I think, the second weekend. So we don't know. The
That'd be
weekend
so nice
free.
for them to come over though. That'd be lovely.
Yeah, well, I
That'd
think
be
that's
nice.
what they're planning on doing. So that'll be fun. And 30
Yay.
flirty and dry. It's a mindset. It's a
It's
year.
a
You know what I mean?
mindset. It is, and I'm excited for you. I need to come over and see you before I move as well. We need to figure that out. We do
Yes,
need to figure that
we
out.
actually do.
We actually do.
We actually
Because if I go and I haven't seen you, I'll cry. Genuine tears. I'll be so sad.
Yeah,
Um,
no. Anytime I'm here. I'm
well,
ready.
you tell me your calendar
I'm
and
having
we
my
can.
first visitor next week, which is
I know
Josh.
Josh is coming. Yay. You'll
Josh
have
is
to
coming Thursday.
he's coming Thursday. Okay, so
Oh, so
we'll
the
do the
pod.
podcast Wednesday.
Well, coming Thursday night, so we could do it Thursday.
We'll do Thursday. That's what we'll do.
Yeah. Okay,
Perfect. That's
just
what we'll
double
do.
check your calendar and let me know. But yeah, he's
Yeah, of
coming.
course.
Or else we could do. He leaves Sunday. Actually, no, because Sunday I think we're doing an Easter brunch because
Yeah, do you know what? No, it's the Easter weekend.
Thursday,
Enjoy it. We'll do Thursday and I'll make
Wednesday or Thursday, or Monday or
Wednesday or
Tuesday.
Thursday. Yeah,
Anytime.
we'll do Wednesday or Thursday or something. We'll figure it out. We'll do a little.
We'll wait till something happens in the pop culture world.
Yeah, we'll be like a week behind or something. So, but it'll be fine. We'll have fun. It'll be good. It'll be a good episode. Anyway, girls, sorry for us rambling on the last hour, but thanks for
I
listening.
think people enjoy the rambles. You know
They
what I mean?
do. People are like, well, I get so many messages being like, I feel like I'm with you when you ramble on. So I hope that you enjoyed it just as much.
We should record like 4 episodes or something when you do visit me. So
Oh my
there's like a
God.
month of us together.
Together, I agree. I think we should do that.
Just
And then
sit
it's
down.
like,
We
that
could
would
like
work
get
for when I'm
high.
moving over and I'm like getting settled and stuff anyway.
Yeah,
That's perfect. That's exactly
up
what we'll
here
do.
for thinking.
Down there for dancing, baby girl. Okay, guys, love you so much. See you next
Hasta
week.
la vista. Ciao,
Bye.
Bella.